Hi, my name is Akila Williams, and I'm studying the ethical implications of having marine life in captivity in public aquariums. This is important because there are multiple studies discussing the intelligence of marine life and emotional suffering that they endure in captivity, despite our best efforts at creating an authentic environment. However, the general public seems to reserve its sympathy in these situations for when an animal shows signs of intelligence, complex thought, and emotions. This has been shown with marine mammal show boycotts at places like SeaWorld for having intelligent mammals like whales and dolphins in captivity after proving these animals to have complex thoughts and feelings. So, is it ethical to keep marine life from the oceans in tanks smaller than they would explore in their whole lives? Is it ethical to visit aquarium parks that don't offer animal assisted entertainment? These are the questions that we must ask ourselves when exploring the ethics of captivity for marine life in public aquariums. Public aquariums and zoos have routinely endorsed themselves as entertaining chances for the human race to learn about sea life. Aquariums have been repurposed from entertainment solely to conservation efforts in order to give the illusion that we are more environmentally friendly as a human race than we actually are. Articles, however, have been written that challenge how effective zoos and aquariums were at actually teaching and educating the public about environmental conservation and the captive animals that they would see. It was stated that conservation advocacy is now widely accepted by the public, at least in the United States, as the principal reason why zoos and aquariums still currently exist. Yet the data show that when it came to learning about these animals, the programs of the zoos and aquariums did not teach visitors significant and lasting information. But why do we need to conserve marine life in the first place? Overfishing and hunting marine life animals is causing species to become endangered or extinct or on the edge of collapse. Overfishing is the only way to describe our current practices as we are quickly depleting the ocean's resources. When fishing boats collect with fish with their large net at such high frequency, they bring fish species on the edges of collapse. Then they move on to the next species and do it all over again. However, what are the effects of this overfishing besides extinction of the fish population? A research study on the Black Sea dived into this question, stating that the overfishing, which was removing the top predators, was causing the entire ecosystem to go through a change of structure. From the elimination of the top predator all the way down to the various types of plankton, a web dynamic had changed. Overfishing is having a rippling effect in our ocean's ecosystems. In fact, it's reducing the biodiversity that we have come to expect to the ocean to sustain. According to the United Nations, in 2013, the unsustainable harvesting of natural resources, including plants, animals, and marine species, is one of the biggest threats to the ocean's biodiversity. Yet somehow these fish species are not collected for the conservation efforts that zoos and aquariums claim their current purposes are. The fish, however, that have been collected are being studied on how captivity can affect their emotional and cognitive states. This is something that, although it has been looked at for many years, has still not made significant headway in determining the full consciousness of fish. So what do we do know about the actual full signs of fish? We do know that fish show signs of thought-out reactions and even planned attacks in the wild, so there may be more to them that we have yet to discover. Efforts to improve the living conditions of animals in captivity, in addition to the efforts being taken currently by zoos and public aquariums, are slowly in the works. There are organizations like the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, Animal Welfare Committee, who are committed to setting a standard for quality of life deserved by marine animals in captivity. However, as I was reading the criteria for what a quality life should look like in this paragraph, it stopped me in my tracks. By this definition, it is ethical to keep a marine creature in captivity if it copes successfully. However, coping is something that we do when we are faced with difficult and sometimes traumatic situations that interrupt the order of our daily lives. The capture and transport of marine animals is an unnecessary traumatic event that they have to suffer after being brought in from the sea to populate public aquariums. Natural dilemmas in the wild that these animals would experience without human interaction do not compare to the stress levels of trauma from capture and living in captivity. One of the most famous cases for the unethical practices of keeping marine life in captivity is that of the orca whales. They are observed to have significant changes in their emotional patterns that they displayed in the wild versus when they were forced into captivity. It was noted that with minimal human interaction, the orchids in captivity were displaying playfulness and a test of trust among each other almost at the same levels as if they were in the wild. However, once they started receiving more human interaction, working with their trainers, and extended confinement into a tank, their emotional behaviors changed, and they began to show high levels of aggression. They were even becoming aggressive to their tank mates as time went on. Something else that was very important that happened was that it was recognized that the offspring of the captive orcas had a significant rise of levels of aggression compared to the original temperament of their parents before captivity. Putting these animals in captivity was not only affecting their health, but the health of their offspring. So, is it really ethical to keep animals in captivity when it is harmfully impacting future generations? Isn't ensuring the health and safety of future generations of the species the purpose of conservation? Capture or lifespans in captivity have improved over the years, but are significantly lower than their wild counterparts. As I stated previously, these animals are not thriving in the man made habitats that we have imprisoned them in, despite our best efforts at creating an authentic environment. Dolphins are also victims of this hypocritical system of captivity. Reasons used to justify their capture and imprisonment is to study them for science. However, facilities that use these claims, like SeaWorld for instance, are very purposely misleading the public with their selective studies and careful wording of factual information. This is an example of SeaWorld's uses in its studies to place doubts in the public's mind about the intelligence of its actual dolphins. Other references or mentions of the dolphin's intelligence were glossed over in SeaWorld's The Animal Info booklet on bottlenose dolphins, or presented as insignificant so not to bring the company's morality of keeping these animals captive into question. Based on the research, I feel that it is unethical to keep marine animals captive because they show complex thought and feeling, which makes any artificial environment unsuitable for a lifetime confinement. Because we are responsible for these animals' plight, we should be doing everything in our power to give them fulfilling lives and protect their habitat. Captivity is unhealthy for marine life, especially intelligent marine life, and it does not give them the same experiences that they would have had in the wild. We choose the area that they make their homes, we've eliminated their ability to travel or to hunt like they would in the wild, and have simply given them the illusion of freedom that is cruel. It is unethical to keep marine life in captivity, and the efforts to correct this problem need to be taken.